Hi, my name is Nathan and I am one of the interpretation coordinators here at Lower Fort Garry, and today we're going to be making some candles. So candles were a really important part of the fur trade era. Candles are really important for the seasonality because in the winter time up north we start to lose sunlight. So the days become a lot shorter in the winter time, and so we become really reliant upon candles in order to extend our days so that we can be a little bit more productive in the winter time. Although most upper class folks are purchasing all of their candles from Europe being wax candles, most of the people living in the Red River area are going to be making their own candles using the fat from their livestock that they're raising themselves and slaughtering for the meat. And of course we're trying not to waste any of the animal parts. So before we get going, we're going to have to tie this last wick. So as you can see, we've got them tied to these sticks here in order to center the wicks so that when our candle burns, it burns nice and even. Because if the wick were on the outside, you would have a really hard time maintaining a flame. That wick might just fall off the side. At the bottom, we've got knots tied. That's preventing that wick from coming back out. It'll also prevent all of the tallow from spilling out the bottom. Yeah, so candle making is something that is done by most of the folks living in the Red River in the 1850s. Because anything that's coming from Europe is so expensive, and most candles that are coming from Europe, they're all wax candles. Wax candles burn a lot slower than these tallow candles do, so they're nice to have, but because they're coming from so far away, they're really, really expensive. So most people in the Red River area aren't really able to afford those wax candles. So pretty much everyone, well, a lot of the population in the Red River area is using tallow candles because it's a resource that they have. Okay, so we're going to be pouring our tallow into our mold. So I'm going to use this cup. All right, so next up we're going to shock the candles into the cold water, and then we're going to let them sit in there for a little bit to really harden up and solidify before we can pull them. All right, so our candles have had some time to harden. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer our candle mold into our warm water, and hopefully that'll loosen everything up so that we can have a successful pull. Here's some examples of some candles that were pulled from our molds here by my students that are far more talented candle makers than myself.